What if I told you that every financial disaster in history, every crash, every panic, every economic collapse started with the same emotion, confidence? Because confidence turns into euphoria, and euphoria turns into delusion, humanity has been running this same play for centuries, dressing it up with new assets, new technology, and new excuses. Welcome to Ancient Assets, where we dig through centuries of financial chaos to uncover one brutal truth: we never learn. It started long before Wall Street, before the internet, even before central banks. In 17th century Holland, tulips became a symbol of luxury and then of madness. Rare bulbs traded for the price of houses. Contracts were sold for flowers that hadn't even bloomed, and ordinary citizens borrowed money just to speculate. When prices stopped rising, the market froze. Sellers became desperate, buyers disappeared, and debt swallowed the dream. That was 1637, the first recorded financial bubble. A century later, in 1720, Britain repeated the same mistake with the South Sea Company. Politicians and investors believed it would erase the national debt through trade with South America. Shares skyrocketed. Even Isaac Newton joined in and lost a fortune. His reflection still echoes today. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of men. That madness resurfaced in the 1920s, when the stock market became a casino fueled by margin loans. But when confidence cracked in October 1929, the fall was violent. Margin calls triggered a chain reaction. Brokers went bankrupt, banks failed, and millions lost everything. That crash didn't just destroy wealth, it destroyed trust in the system itself. You'd think that would teach us restraint, but no. By the 1980s, Japan fell into the same trap. Credit was cheap, optimism was high, and land prices soared so far that the Imperial Palace grounds in Tokyo were said to be worth more than all of California. When the bubble burst in 1991, Japan's economy flatlined for an entire decade. Fast forward to 2008, the most complex bubble in modern history. Banks packaged risky mortgages into safe investments, sold them globally, and believed they'd engineered risk out of existence. When US housing prices fell, the illusion shattered. The financial system froze, Lehman Brothers collapsed, and the global economy teetered on the edge. Governments printed money to save it, creating a new monster, moral hazard. Once again, we swore we'd learned our lesson. And then crypto arrived. A digital gold rush promising freedom from the very system that failed us. Early adopters became millionaires, and speculation turned ordinary people into temporary geniuses. But history doesn't care about technology. It only cares about human behavior. In 2021, leverage, greed, and blind optimism pushed crypto valuations to absurd heights. When reality returned, billions in digital wealth vanished overnight. The bubble had burst. Again. The irony? Every crash feels unique while it's happening, but underneath, the script never changes. It's a story of belief turning into blindness, of credit growing faster than income, of people borrowing tomorrow's prosperity to pay for today's illusion. And if you think we've evolved past that, look around. Global debt is higher than ever. Central banks are cornered by their own policies, and speculation has infected everything from meme stocks to real estate to artificial intelligence startups. The tools are new, but the psychology is ancient. Greed, leverage, overconfidence, they never age. Every boom plants the seed of its own collapse, and every collapse sows the ground for the next boom. That's the eternal rhythm of finance. Expansion, euphoria, collapse, regret. It's not a cycle, it's human nature. The only difference between 1637 and today is the speed at which the madness spreads. Back then, it took months for panic to cross an ocean. So the next time you see a market soaring to the moon, remember that every bubble feels like progress until it pops. The smart investor isn't the one who rides the wave. It's the one who knows when to step off before it breaks. Because history doesn't repeat itself to entertain us. It repeats to warn us. And if we keep ignoring that warning, the next great crash won't be a mystery. This is Ancient Assets, where the past reminds the present that every financial empire, no matter how modern, is built on the oldest currency of all: human folly.